Hello and welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Listen to Your Body with Grace. And I am so happy that you can join me today. Wow, how does it get even better than that? And I'm really excited to do this work to help you learn how to listen to your body because many of you have asked me how I do what I do. And how I do what I do is that I really tune into bodies. So I saw all your comments in the Facebook the Facebook group. So thank you so much for all your comments. And so to begin with, I'm going to tune into all of you who are here and all of you who are listening on the replay. And we will create a safe space for doing healing work and just be in vibrational resonance with loving energy that transforms, be in vibrational resonance with the 0 point field with source energy. And it is source energy that I'm accessing to transform things that are going on in the body. And that always begins with listening to our bodies, listening to your bodies, listening to my bodies to see what it is that they really want. And it's not a mysterious process at all. It's something you can all do. So take a moment and just be so connected to your own breath and to your own heart. And let go of any distractions and remove any and all distractions, any and all interference patterns, any energies that may interfere with you receiving from me and from the 0 point field. We're going to release all that now. And any low vibration energies that may create some chaos in this field of energy, we're going to release all that now. All right, so now we are surrounded by wonderful beings of light, your guides and angels, ascended masters, and the ascended master within you. However you like to play with that energy, whatever you resonate with is fine. And now that we are so connected to that space of what is our most powerful way of being, and that's just really being present with what is and being present with yourself. And so any doubts that you have about being able to listen to your body. So a lot of us have received messages that totally discount our knowing. So let's tune into all the ways we're discounted and release all that to the light. And I get that most of us were not encouraged to listen to our bodies, to listen to our wisdom. Most often we are told to ask for help, seek help, and then pay an expert lots and lots of money, make an appointment, blah, blah, blah. So that whole old paradigm, and I'm not against doctors, I'm not against seeking help at all. This is not what it's about. I'm all for that, but I'm also all for you to feel empowered enough to listen to the messages from your own body. So anywhere where we are made wrong to do that, where doing that just feels wrong, or somehow doesn't feel right. In everything, this whole listening to your body, being your authority, being your own authority, that brings up a lot of stuff for you guys. Here we go. And I get we were not encouraged to be our own authority, right? All of us, no matter what culture you grew up in, we are brought up to listen to the teacher, listen to your doctor, go to your doctor, go to a professional. You're not a professional, so go find one, blah, blah, blah. That kind of messaging is encouraging you to seek authority outside of you. And there's a time and place for that, and I'm not against any of that. But there's also a time and place to really go within and affirm your own knowing, acknowledge your own knowing, and expand the awareness you have. Yeah. And as an infinite being, you have access to this infinite field of energy, this universal intelligence that has been there for all of us, but few of us, including myself, I was not taught to access universal intelligence and access my own awareness, especially as a woman. I remember, and I still am getting all these messages about how I need this annual checkup, I need this test, I need a mammogram, I will need this, this, that. But what if we can empower ourselves to know what we know and to heal ourselves? We all have the ability to access universal intelligence and access loving healing energy from the 0 point field to do healing for ourselves. So any doubt, any blocks to all that, let's release all that to the light now. Yes. Any doubts, any blocks to you being able to just be one with the awareness you already have. So what would it take to just be so comfortable and so allowing of your own awareness, right? So invite that awareness. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with any and all emotions. You may find that once you allow yourself to really have this body intelligence, body awareness, intuitive knowing from within, sometimes messages will come up that you have been repressing. And what if it's safe for you to have those messages now? So any message from any symptoms in your body that you were afraid to receive, what if you allow yourself to receive those uncomfortable messages now? And really feel into what is your thyroid saying? Where have you been holding back your self-expression? And if that brings up a lot of anger and pain and even tears, that's okay. And if it makes you want to shout, that's okay. Just don't shout at me. Right. And I know this may sound just a little bit oversimplified, but anywhere we have pain in our body, it's ourselves, it's our body asking for love. So all the places that are hurting, all the places where we have been hurt, all the aches and pains, it's asking for a little bit more love and compassion. So the back pain, all the burdens that you've been holding on to and that you've been putting on yourself, it's just asking you to love yourself more and to unburden yourself. Yeah. Yeah. And what would it take, right? What would it take to really unburden yourself? It's just asking you to love. Yeah. So if you really allow yourself to unburden yourself, oh, and the screen that I'm looking at is not showing any comments, and that's okay. But I know that you're there, and I think that in so many ways that allows me to really tune into you. And you're totally welcome to comment as you like. Yeah. So more than several people have asked me about eye problems and eye issues and cataracts. And if we really tune into those cataracts, those places of energy in your life that are so painful to look at, and many of us have those situations, but it's the prolonged situations that we've been dealing with in our families and relationships that creates so much pain. It's like your body saying, I'd rather not see this, right? Because the cataract clouds up everything in front of you so that you rather not see this anymore. So what if you being able to see does not mean that you're responsible for everything you see, right? We're not responsible for all the pain and all the painful choices people around us make. What if you're not responsible for the painful choices your child has made with their lives, right? For those of you who are dealing with a child who is addicted to cocaine or heroin, just seeing them go through so much, and then all the judgments you receive as a mother or grandmother or an aunt, those judgments from other people are painful. And as a very intuitive, empathic person, you also sense all the pain and judgment your child is going through, and yet you can't reach them. And that's so painful to see. But here's the thing, they have their life paths too. And sometimes painful situations are required for some people to really be transformed by pain. So think about the caterpillar. When it's in the caterpillar stage, it has to be in that stage for a while before it becomes a butterfly. And if you interfere with that stage, that caterpillar cannot develop the wings that's required to be a butterfly. And how God, whatever journey everyone around you chooses, and how God wants them to be, that is something that is really hard for the human mind to see. And so What if you can surrender and let go and see what is without feeling responsible for everything you see, for all the tragedies you see, for the pain you see in other people? What if you being able to see all that pain is actually a gift to them? And that the best thing you can do for someone is to be there for them and be totally allowing of them to unfold in a way that is right for them, right for their own divine order, whatever that divine order is. And it's really hard to witness all the pain. But what if that sacred witnessing is safe for you to do now? And what if it's safe for us to see and witness our own pain and be that sacred witness to our own pain? So take a moment and just really connect with what is so painful in your life to see, and that allowing yourself to really see it, allowing the light in, just allowance would transform it with total ease. Yeah. Mm. And there's nothing really that is too ugly to look at. It's that fear of being judged, of being put down, all those fears about not being perfect, right? But no one is perfect. So let's let go of that perfection and all the self judgment that comes from that. And if you allow yourself to see yourself as someone who is totally capable of either surrendering to what is or changing what is, once you surrender to the problems and issues, they have a way of softening and transforming themselves. So, what requires you to just soften into? So, feel all the pain, all the hurt that you can just soften into gently. Oh, oh. And all the places that you've been fighting privately within yourself, right? The places that are hardest to see are the places that we've been hiding our own pain and hurt, our deep sense of not deserving, our deep sense of feeling so inadequate, feeling so wrong, feeling so judged by the whole world, feeling like total failures, right? So, all those places that are asking for love, compassion, and understanding, just soften into one of those places now. Good. And all the issues in life that you feel like it's just too hard to digest, too hard to do, too hard to go through, surrender to that thought and just let it soften. And if it gets even worse, that's okay. Go with the flow. Because sometimes when we think we really want to surrender and soften into something, it kind of resists and becomes even worse. So gently ride those waves of surrender and resistance. Oh, oh. And I get a couple of you have such traumatic memories that there's a deep resistance to softening into that, and a deep resistance into just being with that, because you think it will just be so painful and create more PTSD. But what if we can all hold that space for each other to go into whatever space your body needs? So your body may go into spasms. Your body may want to yawn. You may want to shout. You may want to cry. Oh, oh. The worst thing is over. You've been through the trauma. So now we got to just see what it requires to feel complete. And once it's complete, it just releases itself with total ease. So let's wait for that moment. Oh, oh. Okay, so a couple more people, your PTSDs, past traumas. And in releasing trauma, you are never ever required to forgive anyone. You retrieve your power and you set your boundaries. All the anger, all the pain, you use that to create new boundaries, and you retrieve your power, and you are not required to forgive anyone. Don't force forgiveness. Allow for what is seeking completion to come up. And what is seeking completion is this acknowledgement of the incredible courage you have to go through what you went through. This acknowledgement of the space of vulnerability that is sacred. Yeah. And what is seeking completion is your body asking for acknowledgement, acknowledging the resourcefulness that you have, the courage that you have, and the incredible resilience and strength you have. And that it wasn't your fault in any way. And that maybe there's no forgiveness required. There's only this acknowledgement that you have the power and the strength to get through something very challenging. And by getting through it, you help to heal a pattern that has been part of human history for a long time, right? Rape, molestation, being taken advantage of, those are patterns that are seeking healing for a long time. And you're the one who's able to break that cycle And that deserves acknowledgement right now, that you're the one who's breaking all those cycles of violence, breaking the cycles of war, breaking the cycles of poverty and inequality. You being you, you're able to break through so much for yourself and breaking all those cycles of pain that creates war within ourselves and creates war in the world. So, what an amazing and powerful warrior you are, a warrior of light, bringing light to the truth and breaking the old cycles of darkness. And that's amazing. Yeah. And all those fragmented soul parts, now we can just allow them to come back to our bodies, to a space of wholeness and health. Oh. So you can see how just being able to tune into your body like this creates amazingly powerful healing experiences that you can do for yourself. And that as a group, when we create this powerful, gentle, morphic field of energy, we all benefit from each other's healing, because that's the energy of oneness with all, right? This energy that we are playing with is the energy of oneness. Oneness with the divine, oneness with each other, oneness with the planet, oneness with all. Beautiful. All right. So, everybody, thank you for being here today. That was beautiful. And I appreciate you being here today. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Listen to Your Body podcast. And that will be next week. And I like to keep it around this time next week. So, all right. I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me today.